ಕೊಯಂಬತ್ತೂರು ಕೊಚ್ಚಿನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಗಿಸಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ನಮ್ಮೂರಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನನಗಂತೂ. August 31st ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಒಂದು 3 ವರ್ಷ ಕಾಲ ನಾವು ಶೂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿ ಫೈನಲಿ ಥಿಯೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಹತ್ರ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹತ್ರ ಬಂದು ನೋಡಿ, ಥಿಯೇಟರ್ ಬಂದು ಮೂವಿ ನೋಡಿ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಲವ್. ಆಲ್ ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬ್ಲೆಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲವ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್.
Thank you, madam. Amranaali, madam, news ಮಾತಾಡಿ please, go ahead.
Yes, so press media ಬಂದಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ನಾನು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ನನ್ನ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಪ್ರಮೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ಸರ್ರಿಯಲ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬೆಳೆದು ಚೆನ್ನೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಪ್ರಮೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಸೊ August 31st ನಮ್ಮ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಥಿಯೇಟರ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಥಿಯೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, madam. Meenakshi, madam, please go ahead. I'll give you. Okay. There you go, sir. All right.
Hello everyone. Sorry to speak in English because I don't know the language. Anyways, it's been 3 years since we were shooting Cobra, and everyone know because of pandemic and everything, it has been delayed, and everyone has given hard work, and Ajay sir, a person who has worked completely towards this film, I would like to thank him at this moment. So 31st Cobra is releasing and hitting into theaters. So please watch, and I definitely hope you guys like it. Thank you.
It's a nice mashup of action, thriller, psychological thriller, science fiction, and we have a lot of interesting characters in the film, and 3 beautiful ladies were there in the film, girls who are got some very interesting characters. You realize in the movie they're not just girls who are looking pretty, they have really solid roles, and it's not, I mean, I have a lot of get-ups, about 8 or 9 in the movie. My character is very important, but in spite of that, everybody's character is very important. He's made a film like that, and it's a nice film, like how if you all saw Anniyan or you all saw Aparajitharu, I'm sure you will like this film too, and it's been a long time, like they say 3 years because of the pandemic, and finally it's out, and we are so excited for the 31st. I'm so glad that all of you could come here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
So yes, so Ganesh Chaturthi dina cinema barta ide sir. Yeah. It's on the day of Ganesh Chaturthi.
What did I say? Yeah, it is.
Yes, yeah. So that's what I'm telling. So definitely Ganesha's blessing.
Very big. Ajay Nyanamuthu studied, his college was, I think, he studied here in Bangalore too, and he's got a lot of friends here. So we have 3 people from the unit who are actually associated with Bangalore. He's done 2 very interesting films, Demonte Colony and what is it? Imaikan Nodigal. So very good films, they were received very well, and so I always liked his work. So when I met him and he told me the story, I got very excited because this is a big film. And that time we didn't have pan-India films and nothing like that. And we said, okay, let's make this film. And we started making it, and then the pandemic happened, and lockdown. But the good thing about the pandemic and what happened during this period and after is something called KGF got released. And that became such a huge hit and became a big sensation. And of course, our boom was that Srinidhi is the heroine in that, and now she's in our film, and so that's been a big boost for us. But the second thing is, we realized that cinema doesn't have to be small. Cinema doesn't have to be restricted to a particular state or place, that it can transcend. Like how KGF could go to the north, it could be touted as one of the biggest hits of all times. I'm so happy for Yash. He's a very, very close friend who, I did a small documentary called Spirit of Chennai when the floods were happening, a public service campaign, I directed that. So I had called Yash. I had a lot of actors from Telugu and from Malayalam and Tamil who were doing it. So I called Yash and I said, we'd like to please be a part of it. And he was so sweetly acknowledged, and he came here. And I'm so happy for him being where he is today. If you're watching this, Yash, congrats, and I think I've asked you to tell him a couple of times. I don't know if she told you. Yes. Okay. So I'm so happy, and I love the film. I mean, both of you, that goes without saying, both the parts. But the nice thing is, because of that, because of Bahubali, we no longer have, initially it was only Kannada, then Tamil was only Tamil, Telugu. We'll have a little bit of Tamil, Telugu, maybe a little Malayalam, and now actually there's no boundaries. I'm so happy that we all belong to one country where people are able to appreciate new cinema, and it is not about the language, it's about all of us, our hearts are beating one language. And I'm so happy that I'm in a time when OTT came in and we all got worried that, oh my god, OTT is a problem. No, OTT actually is a help for the industry. And that's why Cobra is here today, and that's why we are here today. Otherwise, we would not have dubbed it. Now we feel we need to dub it in Malayalam, we need to dub it in Kannada, we need to dub it in Hindi. So very excited that this film is going to be my first film that's being dubbed in Kannada. And I'm so happy to meet all of you all, and thank you for your blessings and your wishes. Thank you very much.
Alright. So, Srinidhi ma'am, you need to tell.
Personal front is very, very kind. He's like a child. Our sets and humor agli avardu illa eshtu generous nan jothe he never made me feel uncomfortable. ತುಂಬಾನೇ newcomer ಆದ್ರೂ ಅವರೇ ನನ್ನ ಮುಂದೆ newcomer ತರ ಆಡ್ತಾರೆ, so that I'm comfortable. So yeah, he's the sweetest. I'm so happy. ನನ್ನ first Tamil movie ನಾನು ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. And beautiful ladies, Mrinalini, Meenakshi, ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮೂವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. Like he said, very interesting characters. We had a blast promotions time ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ರೇಹಮಾನ್ ಸರ್ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಅಮೇಸಿಂಗ್, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇವಾಗಲೂ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾ, ದ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಮೇಸಿಂಗ್. ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಹೋಪ್ಫುಲಿ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ.
ಶೋರ್ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಸರ್ ಮೈಕಲ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳೋದು.
Yeah, the response also now ನಾವು ತ್ರಿಚಿ, ಕೊಯಂಬತ್ತೂರು, ಮದುವೆ, ಕೊಚ್ಚಿನ್, ಚೆನ್ನೈ, ಇವಾಗ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್, ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಓವರ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ಸರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಹ್ಯೂಜ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ. ಬಟ್ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಲ್ ಅಂತೂ ದ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಇನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಸಿಟೀಸ್ ಬಾಕಿ ಇದೆ, ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಚೆನ್ನೈ. ಸೊ ಯಾ, ಹೋಪ್ಫುಲಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಆರ್ ಮೂವಿ.
Like in my earlier film Mahan, the director had taken glimpses of me from other films. Like all my films, you'll have my filmography running through the film for the fans. But here Ajay is not, we've not done that. We've not done it consciously. But because I am in that film and you have a performance which is again related to a mental problem, or maybe he's got some kind of a, instability, maybe it's like Onion and pick the performance. But I'm sure you'll be surprised when you come to the theatre.
From your previous films, even now, you enjoy behind the scenes so much, the makeup and all.
Yeah.
We want to know more about it, because you love sitting long hours. Make sure that.
I don't love sitting long hours. That's a compulsion. Like this one, I used to do the normal makeup was 3 hours. Then in that song there's a beast. For that it took 5 hours. So this time I got one guy from Bombay. Actually, in Shankar Sir's earlier film for Indian, they came from America. Then again, for we got them from New Zealand. But for our film, which is better than all of that, we got them from Mumbai, from India. They're so good. But they want to be so perfect. Every day it takes 5 hours. Every day. And taking off is about 2 hours. So I convinced myself that I love it. Actually, it's very difficult. It itches and it's... forget about the acting and all that. You cannot be in that. Especially for I used to sit like this because they had this thing on the back which would split. So I had to sit like this all day and, be in that mood. But I think that's what's interesting for an actor, you get into somebody else's skin literally. So I loved it. And this one, there's no one particular character, so many characters. So I could, actually try different walks. In my voice, I tried different dubbing for everything. Like a Chinese, I had one kind of voice. Then for another person who's a Britisher, who's a little plump, I had a very raspy, breathless voice. So I could do that, and the walks I tried. So I enjoyed that part. But the makeup was really quite tough.
Okay, for an actor of so much of experience, today commercial success or good review matters to you? What matters?
Both. You have a good review and you don't have commercial success, doesn't matter. Yeah, but actually, actor, you would rather have commercial success and keep doing it and start improving in your work and maybe do, as long as your movies make money, there's always a producer to come and fund what you're trying to do. I think that would be a little above. But for me, I feel I cannot do a film which I'm not invested in. If I don't like if I have a character where I think, this is like Samia, this is like Onion, I won't do it. Like even now you ask me, I would not have dubbed this character, I would have told him no. If there is a scene where I think I'll say no, I mean, let's not do it. Immediately I'll tell the director that. So I think both are required, but commercial success definitely plays a major part. Because the producers are investing so much money, and now the things are becoming bigger. See, in KGF, it was a very small market, but somebody had the guts to think, let me make a big film. He just said, let me think out of the box, let me break the barrier, forget the state, forget it, it just has to go across. I think he thought that, which is what filmmaking is. For that, you need a producer to think, okay, this fellow can deliver. Suppose I keep doing films where, okay, critical acclaim, but then the movie doesn't do it, may not work.
Okay, one last question from my end. Being the KGF heroine now to Cobra, today for you, Pan India is like, okay, anything movie, mine will go all India, right? So what do you feel like today to be in the spotlight?
ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಯಾರು ಹಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಹಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. KGF ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಬರೀ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮೂವಿ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು. ಅದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಆಮೇಲೆಲ್ಲ ಟೀಮ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ 5 ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, ವಿಚ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರಿಸೀವ್ಡ್ ವೆಲ್ ಬೈ ದ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಖಂಡಿತ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಜನರು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಗ್ಲಾಡ್ ದಟ್ ನಾವು ಈ ಮೂವಿನೂ ತೆಲುಗು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವೈಡರ್ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಬ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಕಾಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕಿಂಗ್. ನೀವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಯಾವ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಜನರಿಗೆ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. I'm just happy that I'm part of Cobra. ಹಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ.
But she's Pan India. I should add something to what she said, because I don't think she's ever going to say it. We were shooting, we shot, and it's been... Sorry, could you close the door, please?
Can you close the door, team?
So, we've been shooting back to back, and we've been doing all sorts of promotions. The director couldn't come today because we're still getting the film done. So she's been waiting to do dubbing, and she couldn't. So Tamil and all, somebody else dubbed for her. Then we went for a whirlwind kind of a tour, but she insisted that she do the Tamil girl took 14 days to do dubbing, and she's a pro. Okay. So then they came and said she's having, like she said, it's very difficult, I don't know what to do. And I said, no, you can do it, you will be able to, I mean, you should. Then somebody, Ajay told me, I think, sir, she's done only one film, I don't know if her dubbing can happen that fast, because we have only a couple of days. Then when we spoke and I told her you have to do it, she said, I don't know if I can do it, because that girl did 14 days. She's a girl who did dub for I and all that, she's very good, Ravina. You won't believe, in one day she did that same dubbing, yesterday. She didn't come to Cochin. We all missed her in Cochin. She said, no, I have to do Kannada because it's my mother tongue. I need to do that. And I think hats off to her. She kept saying, I feel very bad. You guys are all looking smart in your Cochin, but no, I have to do dubbing. Which is, I thought it was very, very sweet of her. And that's Srinidhi, of course. I thought I should. I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much for boosting confidence and telling that you can do it in one day. And yes, ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡ ಡಬ್ಬಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡ ಡಬ್ಬಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ನನ್ನ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಕೇಳಕ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ. You are there in all the yeah. ಅವರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ನಿಮಗೋಸ್ಕರ ನೋಡಕ್ ಹೋಗೋದು, ನನಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಅಲ್ಲ.
ಸರ್ಗೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವರನ್ನೇ ನೋಡಕ್ ಹೋಗೋದು. ನಾನು ಬರೀ ಸೈಡ್
ಸರ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮೈಕ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಬೇರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಓ ಮೈ ಗಾಡ್ ಸರ್.
ಅಯ್ಯೋ.
ಸೊ yes sir, but just
Pan India.
yeah sir,
Pan India was sleeping like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. She took a break because so tired. And
ಅದೇ ವಿಚಾರವಾಗಿ ಡಬ್ಬಿಂಗ್ ಏನೋ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಭಿಮಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಕನ್ನಡದ್ದೇ ಬರೀ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರ್ತಪ್ಪ ಈ ಸಿನಿಮಾ, ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಥೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತೀರಾ? ಯಾಕೆ
ಸರ್, ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, 5 ಭಾಷೆ 4 ಭಾಷೆ ಅಂತಿಲ್ಲ. ಕನ್ನಡದ ಬಂದ್ರು ಬರೀ ಕನ್ನಡ, ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟ. ದರ್ಸ್ ನೋ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಬ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್. ಬರೀ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬಂದ್ರು ನಾನು ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹಂಗೆ KGF ಕನ್ನಡ ಮೂವಿನೇ ಬಂದಿರೋದು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
ಶ್ರೀನಿಧಿ, ಸುವರ್ಣ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ವಿಜಯ್.
ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್. ವಿಜಯ್ ಅವರೇ.
ಹಾಯ್. ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ಅವರ ಅಭಿನಯ ನೋಡಿದೀವಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ. ನೀವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಚೇನ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಬಂದಿರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಅವರ ಅಭಿನಯವನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಿನಿಮಾದಲ್ಲಿ?
ನಂಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ನಂಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಭಯ ಪಡಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನೀವು? ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ನಾನು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಹೋದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅವರು ಅದೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು, ಅಜಯ್ ಅವರು, ನೋಡಮ್ಮ ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ಸರ್ ಜೊತೆ ಆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯಾ, ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ನ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಶೋರ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಸೀನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ನಿಮ್ದು ಆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಕೋತಾರ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಈಸ್ ದ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ನನ್ನ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅವರಿಂದ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡು. ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಏನಾದ್ರು ತಪ್ಪಾದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕ್ಷಮಿಸ್ಬಿಡಿ. ನೋಡಿ ಹೊಸಬಳು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡಿ.
Jian sir, you also doing Kannada.
Madam, mic to
Indian Salvan movie.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
mic could is out. Sorry, madam. Yeah, thank you. Madam.
Yes?
Sir, you are also doing Kannada dubbing. I listened that when you correcting Varadaraju with.
You heard how?
Yeah. That time I interviewed Varadaraju. So he listened me your Kannada dubbing.
Yeah.
So that experience can you share?
It was actually, Kannada was easy for me. But Hindi I couldn't get because I don't know Hindi. Hindi, I don't know kakha and dada and all that. So that was, I did for all the languages, that was it. But for PS1, for Ponniyin Selvan, I'm also like, I was supervising my Kannada dubbing because I wanted that it's a period film, no? So it should sound good. And if I have an accent, it won't, I can dub it, but the accent will thing, right, it will spoil it. So I didn't, I got another person to do it. And he did a great job, Ponniyin Selvan, you'll like it. It'll sound almost like my voice. But it was very interesting in Ponniyin Selvan because I had 5 different languages and to dub it, it was very, very interesting for me.
Jian sir, this is Nagendra here.
Yes, sir. So there's one more person who's acting with us called Mia from Malayalam. Yesterday we were all laughing at her because she said, first schedule I was single, second schedule she got engaged, between second and she got married, and now third schedule she got married. Now she says she's come with a 5-month-old baby. She was pregnant and she came. So that is the change. Like so much she has changed. But on screen, I mean, we kind of maintained. So it was an interesting travel. I hope I answered your question. Yes.
All right. So
But yes. So I think
3 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಶೋ ಇದೆ ಸಿನಿಮಾ. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಶರ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮೈಕ್ ಕೊಡಿ. ಒಂದು ಕೊಡಿ, ಹೋಗಿ ಮೈಕ್ ಕೊಡಿ. ಇದೇ ಕೊಡಿ, ಇದೇ.
Sir, after dedication of 3 years, whether it will be getting an award, like national award, you are waiting for your award.
I don't know if they'll give a national award for this because it's a very commercial, it's not raw and there's so much happening, there's some action and thing, I don't know. But I never do a film expecting an award, so if somebody gives me an award, I'll be very happy.
So furthermore, you are doing Parajit movie.
Yeah.
So
That's why I'm looking like this. I'm sorry I look like this because it's a very different look. It's like a period film.
So it may be getting award. We are waiting.
I hope we get an Oscar. I'm not exaggerating. We're just thinking this film, if it's done properly. See, Bahubali, KGF, all these are examples have told us that there's no boundary. You can think big, So one day I'm telling you, we'll be doing films here which are going to be released all over the world. And we will be getting awards, we will be getting Oscar awards. I can tell you that. It will happen. Rahman sir got it. So I think one day she will get or I will get. But I hope Ranjit's film gets, if not for me, at least for the director. And that film is being shot. It's a story about KGF. But not KGF like how they showed. This KGF is like, in that era, in that age, whatever happened between communities and, that kind of a little more.
So sure, you are waiting for your award and
Thank you. Which award? The Oscar award or the national award?
Well, wait,
Thank you so much.